will not be stopping bonking barely legals when I'm pregnant. In fact, I'm super excited to live stream the birth.
So I'm getting tired of talking about OnlyFans models. They constantly find a way to find themselves in the headlines. And that's exactly what they want. They want attention. To them, bad publicity is still good publicity. And I realize that talking about them just gives them what they want. But today's topic is too good to turn down because Lily Phillips and Bonnie Blue are in the headlines once again for being pregnant.
So tomorrow I'm going to go take another pregnancy test because, well, I want to know how far along.
So after sleeping with 1,000 guys, Bonnie Blue has announced that she's pregnant, which, let's be real, isn't really a surprise. After you sleep with 1,000 guys unprotected, I'm sure someone's DNA is gonna sneak by. Maybe multiple, maybe they've made a hybrid, evil demon baby, who knows? Spoiler alert, they're not actually pregnant. It's actually a whole kink fetish thing that men apparently have. Yeah, some men have a pregnancy fetish. I guess it has to do with some sort of paternal instinct that kicks in and makes them feel more like a man. I'm hoping that's the case and not something more dark and sinister. Let's just go with that.
I'm super excited to live stream the birth.
She will be live streaming her birth, which kind of adds to the fact that she's only doing it for views and money. Because creepy guys on OnlyFans, they like pregnant women. And they aren't the first ones to do it. There was another OnlyFans model I covered in this video who would do the same thing. And it does appear to be quite successful for her. So Bonnie Blue and Lady Phillips have jumped onto the trend.
One time I found a condom like a couple of days later up in my
You found it in there?
yeah.
Like loose car keys?
That was after in the like 101 guys. Yeah, this is what I think all the time. Like imagine if I got pregnant, it'd be like a bit of a guesswork.
Lily Phillips would say she was pregnant first, and then she would go on to backtrack after facing backlash and reveal that it was all just a lie and she was just doing it to promote her OnlyFans. And we know Bonnie Blue and Lily Phillips are somewhat close in a weird competitive way, so I'm guessing they both thought of the idea to do it together. It's kind of sad that these girls will go to this extent for money. Like, you're already making enough. Why do you need to do this? Surely you should be happy with the money you have right now. Oh wait, they're not, because they're OnlyFans models. And a lot of these OnlyFans models, not all, the popular ones who are trending on Instagram and TikTok because they do weird stuff to promote themselves, they have a massive bottomless pit in their hearts, in their mind, that they cannot fill because they're so deeply insecure, so deeply troubled and traumatized from their upbringing, or something's gone wrong in their lives that they can't seem to fill the void.
In just 8 months' time, I am so excited to do the world's biggest live stream of a birth.
I have no intention to pay for any girl's OnlyFans, but I would have been lying if I didn't want to know how she plans to fake this. She must actually have some experts from like the movie industry coming in as well to like help her really do this. And I wonder if they're gonna make like a fake baby as well and everything, and if they're gonna show it to the camera, or they're gonna switch it with a real life baby that they've hired from someone else. Which, imagine you're that woman who's offered to give your baby to be promoted on her OnlyFans, knowing that they're gonna be creepy guys probably touching themselves, which is even more fucked. Like, this whole thing gets even more weird the more I talk about it and the more I think about it. Let's say she actually gives birth, she records it, it's available on the internet to her OnlyFans subscribers. Imagine when that kid grows up and they realize that a bunch of creepy old men watch their birth. What is that kid going to be thinking? Imagine the amount of complex trauma that kid is going to have to face. Why are you posting this online for everyone to see? Surely there are certain things in your life that you should keep private. But then again, this is a woman who will sell her private parts to 1,000 men and not think about the consequences it has on her body or her mind. Yeah, so in general, she's just fucked up. What new things are we learning here?
I will not be stopping bonking barely legals when I'm pregnant.
Bonnie, you need to understand your demographic. Young kids, I mean, yeah, I don't know why I keep calling them kids. Barely legal teenagers, or whatever she just said. I think she just said barely legal teenagers. She's clearly rage baiting. It's pretty obvious at this point. But barely legal teenagers do not want to be sleeping with a pregnant woman. Which then again, this whole thing is a ploy to get these kind of men who probably do pay a lot for OnlyFans. Because they're just creepy weirdos.
I will not be stopping bonking barely legals when I'm pregnant.
But hey, if you're a barely legal teenager and you're on the waiting list, you've been waiting for Bonnie for a couple months now, don't worry, don't panic. Your time will come. She will assure you that normal business will continue during this period. Ever since COVID, I'm convinced something changed in the space-time continuum. Now remember, Bonnie Blue blew up for sleeping with barely legal teenagers, guys who were still in high school who are of age. Now just imagine that one of the guys, if she is pregnant, is from high school. There's some guy who's about to take his assessments in school, and that's not even the worst thing that's going to happen to him. He's going to become the father of Bonnie Blue's kid.
It's a good job I had to check IDs for the 1057 because I now need to reach out to them for child support. God, this is going to make me rich.
Bonnie, you need to understand the concept of child support. All 1,000 men aren't going to be equally paying for a child that isn't theirs. It's not a group project. Unless, they've created that hybrid monster demon baby I was talking about earlier in the video. Then yeah, fair enough. You're going to be rich because all those guys are going to be paying for it. I think that's perfect to summarize her mindset. It's all about money.
Some women struggle to get pregnant, which is horrible. And I have a lot of spare, so I want to help resolve that.
We do need to talk about these girls' lies about being pregnant. That is another level of effed up. Add to the fact that they're doing it to sexualize themselves to make money. She even says a lot of women do struggle to get pregnant. So if she is faking it, this is even more effed up. Imagine throwing that in your face like, oh, I'm gonna fake a pregnancy. Oh, look, I'm pregnant and you're not. We already know that Bonnie isn't a girl's girl. We've seen it through various videos in the past. But the fact that she continues to take sort of digs at other women is kind of an indication of what her relationships were like with other girls growing up. The thing with Bonnie Blue and Lily Phillips is they need to continue to keep themselves in the headlines. They need to keep people interested. Their whole viewership is based off how outrageous they can be. Bonnie Blue started off with barely legal teenagers. Lily Phillips went up to 100 guys in a single day. Then Bonnie Blue topped it up by sleeping with 1,000 guys in a single day. They just continue to raise the bar. And during all that period, they've said some pretty outrageous stuff as well. The natural progression is you need to top it up. Otherwise, the people who view you are going to lose interest. It's like the people who are addicted to porn. Start off, with subtle porn, goes to hardcore, then the hardcore stuff isn't stimulating them enough, so you have to go into some weird, disturbing type of porn. The levels just keep rising. That's what they've done. They forced themselves into a corner where they need to continue to raise the levels. Naturally, the progression was to pretend to be pregnant. My question is though, what happens after you fake pregnancy? How do you step up then? What is the natural level after that?
I am not pregnant. I never confirmed I was pregnant, but yes, I didn't deny either. But the rumours are completely false. So tomorrow I'm going to go take another pregnancy test because, well, I want to know how far along.
She's gotta be sick in the head, man. Put it straight, she's gotta be sick in the head. But this is literally what they're doing. They're sitting at home, figuring of ideas on how they could top it because their OnlyFans is probably slowing down. But look at this, they've got me. Bonnie Blue and Lily Phillip have got me talking about them again. It may appear like I'm raging, but I'm not. I generally couldn't give a crap. But, for the sake of this video, I need to have some passion and show you guys that I do not condone this kind of behavior. But in reality, if we actually want to overcome this issue, we need to start ignoring it. We need to stop giving these girls attention.